Welcome back to Black Girls Do Reviews. We're here for another episode. We're so happy to have you guys. We have been locked in, super consistent, and we have officially had our first hate comment on our post. So we here, we outside. We hit a new milestone. We had our first trolling comment. I was going back and forth with them because I wanted to boost our engagement. wanted to I wanted to have YouTube be like, oh, okay, it's a good video. So basically they were coming for us because they said we're being mean to the housewives while we got on hats from Ross and AI backgrounds. Let them see our house before we start judging. And this is the part that hurt my feelings the most. You guys must have started watching Potomac from this season. Don't ever come for my Real Housewives viewership. Okay. I've been watching Potomac since day one.
This is this is it's in our blood, okay? Like run the blood test. I remember in the pandemic. Well, I don't even know if it was a pandemic. I just remember our watching from season one with Monique and them girls would talk about it's all about etiquette. And I was
Okay.
like, this is a weird stance. Is this really
Okay.
how they're giving it up over there? Like, okay.
I'm from the first butt grabbing incident that Michael had. How about
Hello.
fuck that?
I remember that. I remember Ashley wanting to open up the restaurant. The restaurant was a failure. Like,
Kangaroo meat. Okay.
let's not do that. They used to live in the penthouse of that building. It was a weird shaped apartment. Like,
Okay.
let's not do that.
Let's
Let's not
not do that.
do that.
Let's not do Katie. Okay.
Katie Ross, that's my girl. Let's
And
not do
not her
that.
second time coming. I'm from the beginning when she was OG cast member. Don't do that. So that's the thing that pissed me off the most because I don't really care about the rest of what you was talking about. I watched Potomac from day one, and anything I say about them is valid.
And
So
and no, we need to flex real quick because it's talk about show us your house. Which house? Which one of our like we got? It's four between the both of us, baby. So which house? Which one? I mean, let us know. Let us
okay, door
and
number one or door
our
number
hats
two.
might be from Ross or Amazon, but at least we got multiple houses.
How
Thank
about that?
you.
And how you know what hats is inside Ross?
Because you be there too.
Okay, fashion for less.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's not. Let's not. And this was our audition for this is what we would do if we was there.
No, because you was like, I'm just gonna attack the I'm just a new season viewer. No, when you go low, I'm going to hell.
Let's take it there. Let's take it there. Let's take it there. And I'm with it. We there. We on a trip now. So
Yeah.
thank you to the person who left that comment. We'll look forward to you on this episode as well to see
Thank
your
you for
response.
your viewership.
Okay. We not like them other platforms that don't respond to the haters. We do.
We do.
There you have it. So I was very proud of that. I'm like our first trolling comment.
Thank you. That means we're getting somewhere for real.
For real, for real. People leaving comments and that person went back and forth with me. So it's like, okay, period, period. Um, yeah. So we are back with another episode. We are going to review Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. Was this part one or two? This is part
It
one.
was part one, yeah.
Like I've been watching this, but this is only part one.
I'm not gonna lie, I will be very excited once their season is over.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. Like,
I agree. I agree. I think I'm like the reunion is kind of looking spicy based on the previews, but also like once this first part dropped, I was like, oh, did it actually deliver on how spicy I thought it was going to be? And we can get
yeah,
it, but let's get started with the reunion starts with us talking about Karen's verdict. So then let me just say production clocked in with doing the clips of like her getting the DUI and the headlines and the videos and her crying in the house and like
yeah.
it was cinematography.
Cinematography, yeah, they clocked in. They definitely clocked in. It was good. It was really good editing. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I was like, if I wasn't a person on social media and I didn't know about this and I just seen all that, I would have been like, Like I really would have been probably taken aback, like, wow,
Yeah.
Karen. Wow. But I also kept thinking about like, especially when they played the Grand Dame part, I was like, oh, Karen girl, why did you have like she really played it down a lot this season. And I feel like you said it maybe later on in the notes, but like she just really didn't remember that night or something
That's what
at
I think.
check, but like it was really bad. It was really bad.
If she was on antidepressants and drinking, like that, because she said she was going to rehab for that.
Yeah.
That night was a mix of medication and alcohol. Does she know what she was like, what happened? Or I don't, maybe she knows what happened, but I don't think she even remembers everything she was
Yeah.
seeing, you
And
know?
he's like a triple 60, so age included into that. Like, I really think it could have been poof, be gone.
Yeah. I wonder when she was exposed to the DUI videos. Because
Yeah.
at some point during the trial, it had to come up or whatever. But like, I I didn't know they were going to show it on the show. I've been giving the show a lot of credit thus far for like not releasing it, not showing too much, like whatever. But when that came up on a reunion, I was like,
Yikes.
oh, um, so, but can we see the play-by-play of that? So then the ladies start arriving for the reunion, um,
Dressed to the nines.
getting dressed, and they start to peep like Karen doesn't have a room. It
Yeah.
starts to kind of leave in the like starts to build the suspense around that. Um,
Hmm.
there's a few notes we had on them arriving at the reunion. My note was like, I liked Ashley's first wig. I didn't like the wig
It
she
was really good. It
that
was
was
really
very
good.
nice.
But it made me think too, like, y'all really be showing up for work dressed to the nines at 4 o'clock in the morning, honey. Like that track must be real. I really want to know what each person is getting per episode.
Yeah.
Cause was it somebody on TikTok that was talking about Sweet Tea from Married to Medicine is getting like pretty much averaging about 30,000 a year from the
I think that's
episode?
our girl Yah said that. Did Yah
Yeah,
say
yeah,
that? I feel
yeah.
like
I think
yeah. Yeah.
I think she did say that. So I'm wondering how much are they getting? Cause like I'm sorry, 4 o'clock in the morning, babe. I'm coming in bonnet and sweatpants, especially if I'm about to change. They be dressed to the nines, fur coat, shades on. Like, y'all gonna make it. I'm make it real known that I just rolled out of bed.
Because that's all it was. And especially like they're coming to New York. So it was freezing. I know for a fact. It's cold.
Oh,
Please. You might get maybe not a bonnet, a baseball cap for sure. Baseball cap, and I'm not talking to
a
nobody.
hood, a big hood.
It's looking like, what Beyonce when she be doing the tour behind the scenes.
Yes, when she be like.
Yeah.
That's me. That's really me. The hood is so real. I need a good hood to be like.
Yep. And I'm not talking. I'm like, hey, hey, how you doing? Hey, where's my room? That's it
But
for me.
Ashley's wig was definitely, it looked a lot better than that sensational ass wig that she had on
I didn't like that one.
in the
It was too
reunion.
big. Um, then this I thought the set was really nice. I
Hmm.
thought to me the nails on Giselle look like press-ons more than they look like a full set. And the fact that I could kind of clock that, maybe I'm wrong, but it didn't give, I don't know how to
No,
explain.
that's why I was saying like it could be press-ons, but sometimes I noticed this a few years ago that people's acrylic be
Mhm.
real flat. Like I don't want to pinpoint the certain nail salons that people go to that do this, but like the acrylic be real thin and flat, and it be looking real like like so you gotta when I'm just saying if y'all still in the acrylic, because I also feel like as girls we should elevate now to like the gel X or just gel, whatever. I don't know. Russian manicures, all those things. But if you want an acrylic, make sure they don't do your acrylic so flat. Like,
Yeah, it didn't look it, and then I think on top of it, it felt, what's the word I'm looking for? What is inauthentic a word?
mm,
It
mm,
just looks,
yeah.
it looked like they didn't go with you. Like, you know what I mean? It felt very like, when you was a
Yeah.
kid and them little hair clips and you would put them on your finger. You
Uh-huh. Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, them little bendy ones, and then you put it on your finger and you just kind of like doing all the, that's what it was giving. I was like, I like that her style is elevating, but like I don't think that's you.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was a
I
little
don't think she needed the nails. I think a nice little French mani, low cut nails would have been cute. She
very.
needs to do that.
And then the last note on like set design and all that, their lighting was so much better than SLC
Hmm.
because their skin texture and all that stuff was not showing up as much as the SLC girls was. And so whoever did the lighting and set design for them, nice job.
I think they just, I think, but when they're choosing, what the producers, people need to remember is no matter what destination y'all are trying to make the backdrop of, like include the lighting. Because I know for SLC, it was the Bezos party, and maybe because it's like cold, they're like, let's keep the lighting like white. Whereas this was like Panama, and so it was like very yellow. I
Yeah.
don't know, but to the set designers, nonetheless with all people.
Yeah. Like,
With
and
all
I
people.
would think they would get it wrong with women of color before they would get it wrong with,
Yeah.
and so that was like, dang. But I know they have different production groups for the different
Yeah.
franchises too. So, but whoever did this one, nice job. So then let's get into Karen sends a message. So
Hmm.
it's of course revealed all the women make it to the couches. It's revealed Karen's not joining us, but she has sent a message. Andy hasn't seen it. They're all seeing it for the first.
Um,
So within the video, Karen basically says like she's going to rehab to deal with her antidepressants and alcohol usage, which I think tracks for like how out of it she was for that DUI video thing.
mhm,
She had a very like dialed back look. Like I don't even think she really had a lash on.
mhm,
It looked
mhm,
like a lot of hair, anything like that.
mhm,
But in the video, she starts naming people specifically that she wants to thank for their support. And then there was something else I wanted to highlight. Oh, and at the very end, she says she's not going to come back as the Grand Dame. She's going to come back as Karen Huger. Karen Huger is enough. So,
mhm.
thoughts on Karen's message?
I feel like I really did like her look. I thought she looked really nice. I thought the message was nice. I was shocked that she didn't say Wendy's name because I felt like she would be trying to make it up to Wendy. Like I could see why she left out Stacy and Mia. That makes sense. But like I don't even know if she said Ashley's name, but I could see why she left out Stacy and Mia. But I would like I don't know. I think with all that's going on, especially because we know that Karen is in the wrong with the Wendy situation, like I think it would be the perfect time now to really make sure you say Wendy's name if you're trying to like make it up or be a good friend or try to prove like, like y'all do have a friendship and you wasn't just chatting shit to her or whatever. Um, I really wonder like what people be going through though. Because now like, I'm just thinking like Karen here with her antidepressants and the alcohol. Mary's son. Like, these people, I would say, like, have access to money. They have access to like what could be good or like, and like here they are like self-medicated and doing all these things and going through these things. And I'm just like, what's going on? Like, why is this happening for you? Um, so yeah, that's my thoughts on that so far.
I think none of us is exempt from life. Like none
Yeah.
of us are exempt. And that's what I've had to remind myself of, even with like some tough seasons that I've been having, is like you don't get to like just not have to experience life or have a bad days or have whatever or whatever. So like none of us is exempt. I I think in this both of those cases, they've been fortunate that they didn't hit the bottom that other people have. Like they have a
Yeah.
chance to turn the page. And so I think that's something to be grateful for. I was very, very disappointed that she didn't name Wendy in her thank yous,
Yeah.
just for the simple fact of one, you didn't have to specifically name anybody. So if you're going to start opening the door of like specifically naming people and then chose not to say her, that to me was like, wow. And then you went to like Candace, who isn't even on the show, right?
Yeah, she
Went
did.
and found a name to throw out and just skipped over Wendy to me feels crazy.
Yeah.
because even I would argue, like at the very end of the season, we find out that Karen called Wendy self-absorbed. Even Wendy's response to that, she didn't like turn on Karen and be
Yeah.
like, "I
Yeah.
know you said it, f you." Like she didn't even like react to
Yeah.
him. So the least you could do was thank her for her kindness that she showed you throughout the season. Because Wendy was very much so Team
He
Karen,
was.
and to invite you to the White House, even though you have an active case going on, like she just, it didn't even matter to her that you was in a court case right now. I have an opportunity. I want you to come with me. Is like, dang, I would have just said her name off that. Like, just
Yeah.
thank you for, whatever. And even you could acknowledge, I know we're probably not in the best spot right now, but I just want to thank you for
Right.
what you
Right.
were to me during the season. So I was like, that was a poor choice. Absolutely. And to me now, Wendy made a valid point. Like, that's not my friend. I agree. Like, I don't think there's a reason why Wendy shouldn't believe that Karen is not really her friend because I'm hearing through the grapevine you're saying bad things about me. Then you have an opportunity to like confirm our friendship or like say something and you overlook me. So we not friends. Got it. Like, and
Mm.
what can Karen say to justify not mentioning Wendy in that video? Like you
Mm.
can't say somebody got your words wrong. That's not what I meant. Blah blah blah. Like you either said my name or you didn't say my name, and you didn't. So now what? So that's I would like to see how they come back or like what happens for them in the future. But what I thought was really corny was Wendy saying like it was convenient that Karen is going to rehab now. It's like, girl, if you knew you was about to get sentenced or something, you would do the same
I
thing.
think
Like,
any one person, I don't fault Karen for going after she got found guilty. I mean, personally, if I was her, I would have sat out this season and just would have been in rehab the entire season. Like took a nice little social media cleanse and everything like that, whatever. But I'm never gonna like I think we would all and they
literally.
all the ladies said it too. Like we would all do the same thing at some point, especially like when it's coming down to sentencing. Like, don't nobody really want to go to jail for real. I mean,
Oh.
granted, like if she does have to do the time, I hope it is as light as possible. But like,
If I could lighten the load, duh,
yeah,
absolutely. So
yeah,
I thought that was a little whack. Like, don't clock it when you would have did the same thing.
yeah,
I would be doing community service. I would have been
yeah.
on panels about drunk driving. I would have been, whoo, Martin Luther King would have been me.
Olivia Pope. I would have
Okay. I would
been
have been
yeah.
something. I would have been doing something to get that lighter sentence. And I think she's supposed to get sentenced this month, right? We haven't heard
He
anything.
is supposed to get sentenced, I believe it is February 6th, 26th or something, and I think they pushed it back. I'm not gonna lie. I think I checked that and they said they pushed it back. Let's see what it say. Yeah, her date is delayed. It was originally set for February 26th. Oh no, the new date is February 26th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, research department. Yeah, so still all of our best wishes to you, Karen. It is an unfortunate situation, but you'll come back from it.
Yeah.
Um, so then I thought it was interesting when they did do the flashbacks of Giselle always warning the girls about Karen having these conversations and taking the new girl and all that stuff. And it's like, well, facts are facts. She has consistently said this. Um, but who was listening to Giselle back then? Like what?
No, and I will say this, two things too. Three things. So first, I want to just go back to Wendy real quick. I am very proud. Like Wendy is very emotionally intelligent, and I think that she showed that when she was able to say like, I don't want to like have a whatever her verbiage was in regards to like the situation with Stacy and not being mentioned. Like she was like,
Mhm.
I'm trying to keep the two things separate. And I thought that was very good of her to be like able to say, like, in this moment, I'm not gonna like do that. I'm gonna compartmentalize and keep them as separate things and just like focus on them, reflect on them as two separate situations rather than group them together and say like this one person is out for me in this. I also, I mean, she did come out and say at the end of the day, like that's not her friend, whatever the case may be. But I think like that showed a lot of emotional intelligence, and in a world, in a society today where we don't see that a lot, like I just had to give my girl a round of applause for real, because that was really nice. That was really nice. Second thing, because Ashley did pull out the photo of Karen at this point. I thought that was a really nice touch that she did bring it out. I was actually kind of surprised of Ashley to bring out that photo because I feel like Ashley has also been gunning for Karen with this DUI. Like she hasn't been like holding her to the stake, but like let's just say you the one that's holding her to the stake, she right behind you. So I feel like Ashley was just as guilty as anybody else about this. So I was actually surprised she brought the photo of Karen. And then back to Giselle now. I feel like now that Giselle is her own separate entity, separate from Robin, she actually might hold like some more like something. Like she actually has something that we can believe now. I don't
Yeah.
know what it was about Robin. Maybe it's because Robin is Delulu with Juan and like her being her friend and like whatever. Like I don't know what it was, but that attachment to Robin just made her look not good because I feel like seeing those flashbacks now, I'm like, damn, Giselle really was telling the truth. Like maybe we do need to listen to her a little bit more often.
Do you think Robin dims Giselle's light?
Yeah, I think like it don't need to be two green-eyed bandits. I think we okay with one.
Yeah, and I think Giselle can clearly stand on her own. I don't think Robin could. Like, if the roles were reversed and Robin
Yeah.
was left on this season and not Giselle, Robin would have been in the dust. Like,
Yeah, Robin couldn't stand on her own at all. She wouldn't be able to
no,
stand up to any of these women. Not one.
no. And instead of like Giselle pairing with Robin and like they collectively, it kind of like, mwah, like y'all come down when y'all are together, in my opinion, because it was like this don't this doesn't I don't know how Giselle is so different this season to me.
I
Like,
production hat on. I think last year when the producers were figuring out who's coming back, they probably had to have this conversation about who can stand on their own with the women in regards to Giselle and Robin. Granted, we already know Giselle is one of Andy's favorites anyway, but like I think the conversation definitely was had that like who can stand on their own. So like production hat on, it was like very clear that Robin can't even stand up to her own man. There's no way she's gonna be able to stand up to these women.
no. And Robin Loki is boring. Like she don't
She is boring. She wouldn't have been trying to be friends with Wendy still. She wouldn't have been like trying to like she just would have been really just
wouldn't
annoying.
have got nothing out of Juan. We would have
Yeah.
got none of that. Like, yeah, it's just I think they not gonna admit it, but I'll tell y'all, Giselle, Robin dims you a bit, babe. So, um, cool. So they talk about the DUI videos. I think we've kind of said everything we wanted to say about that. Um,
Yeah.
so then we're into Wendy's segment. Randomly, Giselle calls out Stacy for starting a marijuana business as well, and is like, "Didn't you tell somebody that you're a celebrity?" And da 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 da. And Stacy seems to be like, "No, no, you're lying. You're lying. What is that?" So I don't know where the truth is at, honey. But I guess we'll find out if marijuana business comes out. But did you hear what's the girl? Ashley chiming in the background like Spacey Stacy, Spacey
I
Stacy.
seen that. Yeah. I don't
Ooh,
like what Ashley was saying. Ashley's annoying. She needs shut up. I do think that Stacey is going to come up with her business. I think she's just going to pull Wendy to the side after the reunion is over and be like, yeah, so I think that it's isn't a never. I do want to go down, you
yes.
know.
We're gonna see soon enough if she actually does it. So I don't know where the truth lies. Some other things that came up in Wendy's segment were her children having a trust. And she clarified, like, they get certain bonuses for different things they do. So getting degrees, learning their native language, joining a sorority. So that, and then what other stuff came up? Her being self-absorbed, all of that jazz, and if Stacy kind of waited to the last second to reveal it now that she's not cool with Karen on
Mhm.
um And then again, Giselle comes for Stacy, where Karen, I mean, Wendy is trying to understand why Karen would like lie or whatever, or what would be the issue with those two becoming close. And it was something like, we're two smart, educated women, whatever. And Giselle's like, is Stacy smart? Like, is Stacy educated? And it was like very left field. Like, what? Where did
Mm-hmm.
that come from? And very nasty, very rude.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Um, so I think that was all of the majority of Wendy's segment.
Yeah. I do like the trust. I do like the trust with the bonuses thing. I feel like I'm not gonna lie, like I did try to research that too after because I was like, I feel like now that I'm a single woman with like nothing really to got going on, like I do want to start to invest my money into my children's future because like before this shit hits the fan. So
The plan now, then yeah, for sure.
yeah, so I did like that. I also agree with Kay. I don't care what Stacy said. I agree with Kay in that Stacy waited until shit got bad between her and Karen before she decided to bring the whole like, oh, Wendy, Karen is your op type of thing.
Exactly.
If you knew that from the beginning, why you never said that? Like you've been in many of places with Wendy where you could have been told her that, but you waited. And I don't like Giselle coming for nobody education. I don't like people coming for people education, period. Like I don't ever try to I assume the best with everyone. I assume everyone is intelligent. Even if I think like you genuinely might be a little off the rocker a little bit, I still try to like make sure like you understand or like I enter a conversation thinking like you are educated enough to understand what I'm saying. So I just didn't like the are you dumb? She's dumb. She's educated. I mean, or whatever she said. She's educated. She's smart. Like that was really nasty. Like
That's it was unnecessary too, because it felt like she hasn't shown that she's not smart. Like she may do some stuff I don't agree with, but like would I say this woman is not smart or not educated or not intelligent?
right.
No.
She
So
does give what is it? Like blonde head in the clouds.
yeah.
But like okay, like who
Yeah.
doesn't? I have plenty of those moments. Plenty.
Let's see. And don't let it be about a man. I get real dumb. I get real stupid. All right, good. So then we get huh?
Is that too soon, too soon, too
Okay,
soon?
sorry. So then we get Jazzy. She comes on out. Um, and so we get updates on her. She did get engaged, and she hands over like an invitation, it looked like. And she invited all the ladies to it. Um, then the question came about her being a side chick, and then brought in Mia of like, Mia, you're a side chick. What do you think? Who wrote that question? And how y'all let that get through all the filters, all the everything? Why y'all let that one go? That was a nasty question. Um, so Jazzy goes into her spiel about not being a side chick. She didn't know anything about anybody, and it's never gave side chick. And she would be Andy's side chick only.
She was a side chick.
Okay. Like,
I just feel like if you had to go this hard, then it must be true. So she was a side chick, and sorry to that girl but also like if that's what you decide to put up with, that's what you decide to put up with. That's your business. So
I would
it's just
even just say he was dating two people, and I know I was just enjoying my time with him, getting to know him. That was it. I don't know how you could say it else, but like just move next topic. Like next.
goal in this life is I don't want to defend myself about anything. Like I don't care what is right or what it is being said. I want to be able to literally like hear so like if people were to say to me, "Is like you were the side chick," I really want to be able to say, "Okay." Keep it pushing. Like that is a goal of mine for real because like I don't what if you know who you are to this man, if you know what your relationship is, like why do you feel like you need to go so hard to prove it? Like And who are these women? Not one of them is married. They trying to bring you down with them. Only person married is freaking Wendy. Like, come on, and Karen, but like Karen don't care.
One thing I'm at a place in my life where I feel like some people aren't going to be convinced anyway. So like
Mm,
you can bring whatever timeline, you could talk until you're blue in the face. There are people who just will not be convinced otherwise. So
mhm,
why am I wasting my time? To your point of like, I don't think you're going to be convinced. You think I'm a side chick. Let's move on.
mhm.
Like she's made up five different stories, told us all the business about these kids. Da, da, da. We're just not going to be convinced. And that's it. Move along. And I was disappointed that this is all we have to hinge on for her. Like this is her whole thing is this same timeline scenario. I think it wasn't until we get into like Mia's birthday trip situation that Jazzy has something else to talk about. But
Mhm.
I wish we had something else for her as a friend of. I don't think she's gonna make another appearance. Especially with him. I think she said he plays for the Cowboys now.
Mhm.
So I don't. There is no Real Housewives of Dallas or nothing out there.
No, it used to be, but not no more.
Maybe she should get on Wags on Netflix.
She should just continue to be with her man.
Yeah, he playing ball. Like y'all good. Y'all fine. You don't need the public anything. Just you tried it. It didn't work out. Um. So then we get into the Gina segment, the GNA segment. Um,
Gangsters, gangsters, what? What did she say it was? GNA stands for gangsters and something. Forget it. I forgot what Jazzy said. Let me look it up.
okay. Um. So what was I gonna say? Oh, they felt like that Gina segment felt like Sheree when they asked her when her clothes was coming out, and she was saying lifestyle, spring, summer. No, spring showcase, summer, fall outfit. So yep, spring, summer coming out, spring, summer. And when she yelled at Candy, like, no, you weren't clear. Spring, summer. It's lifestyle. Joggers. Like it gave that when they were trying to explain what GNA is and what it does. So it was very like wellness. Yep, wellness, health and wellness. And we don't do clothes, we do wellness now. Y'all ain't doing nothing, bro. Just let it go.
I
Just
found it very interesting. Like, I still find it very interesting, like Ashley's situation when she was like, "Oh, I just didn't want to invest in the business and not really know what was going on with my financial situation." Because I just feel like, what have you been doing with the money thus far? Like, I thought he was paying for the house. Like last season, I could have sworn she said that he was paying for the house. So my thing is like, all right, he's paying for the house. You paying for the kids. Like he still has to be contributing for his kids as
Mhm.
something. So like, what are you spending your money on? Exactly. I personally think the gangsters and alcohol. That's what it was. The gangsters and alcohol. Was they saw how bad that their brand was perceived last season and they just said this is not the direction that we need to take.
Yeah.
And I don't know what about Giselle and Ashley made them think like they would be a hit with fashion any which
Ever.
um
Ever.
I'm okay with them going the nonprofit route, but it also did sound like there wasn't a sure business plan that was set and like a true conversation that was had. It was like community outreach, nonprofit, helping out the sisters in the community.
Spring, summer. Yeah.
It
Summer,
given
summer,
that. It was given that for sure.
September, spring, summer. Like, if y'all can't describe what it is, like, what do you want any of us to do? They just looking around like it's wellness. Wellness. It's like, do y'all know that? Because it's not given that y'all even understand what the business is. I also think like we said it from last season. Like y'all were never the fashion girlies. I don't think anybody has been asking like, where did she get that from? I would love to have clothes like her, blah, blah, blah. So to try to put on like a whole clothing company was too much anyway. Y'all,
Mhm.
I said from the beginning they should have been joggers because those two are very much like athletic wear. So y'all
Mhm.
just tried to get some Alibaba. Okay, Whitney should have went to Alibaba, got some sports bras, some legging sets, and just sell that and move on. And I would have made a killing off of that. Because one thing with these Real Housewives things, people are gonna go to the websites. So if
Yeah.
a girl launches something, the all of us is gonna go check it out, try to see what's on there. For them, like you ain't even got nothing for nobody to buy. Like,
Um,
where's Robin's hats, by the way? Wasn't Robin selling hats at
I
one point?
was selling hats during the pandemic,
Where that's at?
and she claimed she was making a heaping off of it. Hat.
Okay, okay, Miss Girl.
And when people want to talk about Ross hats, they must have forgot. They
They
must
must
have
have forgot.
forgot. They
See,
must
you
have
don't really watch because you want to talk about a Ross hat. That's exactly what them hats was.
forgot.
So, okay. And then last but not least, I think the last of it was Mia's birthday in Miami.
Yes.
So the story goes that Mia invites only Stacy and Jazzy to her birthday trip in Miami. She sends them a text. Stacy responds, "Hey girl, looking forward to being there. Thank you for this invite. Blah 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 blah. Cool." Stacy makes her way out there, gets ghosted. Hears nothing back. I don't know when Jazzy actually like makes her way to Miami or how she falls into it because it seemed to be a very much Stacy thing. But nevertheless, the story goes they're in Miami for Mia's birthday and never see Mia. Mia doesn't respond. They go to a restaurant. Mia shows up an hour later. They just don't see her and they get ghosted on this trip. Mia alleges that she's reached out and had a conversation with both of them since then, to which Stacy says, "You're a liar. You're a liar." So I don't think that happened. And yeah, we'll stop there because then they got a little bit more and that'll tie us into next episode. So as we do the birthday trips. So we
We
are the authority on birthday trips. So what are your thoughts?
it didn't feel like I don't know. Like it started to me with Mia's invitation, which sounded like a true, real invite, and then it kind of felt like a, ooh, like actually, I just invited my cousin friend. This not really my friend, so I'm not like gonna be like on it. Like if she fly out, if she fly out, but like I'm not gonna be on it because that's not really my friend. Like that's what it kind of felt like with the whole like the invitation to Stacy and Jai. It sounded like she was really just trying to invite people for the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but she didn't really want to like necessarily have a Stacy or a Jassy there or anybody else, or no, the rest of the girls said that they weren't invited or they didn't receive that. So it just was like a numbers thing for me because I also felt like Mia wasn't, I mean, obviously Stacy and Mia have this newfound friendship, but like Mia and Jazzy is also like that's interesting
Did
too.
they even talk at all? Like we never saw them two on camera talking.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I also felt like I think it was weird. Like y'all know how I feel about the lateness at the birthday dinner and stuff. Like that shit really pissed me off. I mean, granted, I was very late for my birthday dinner, but that really was not what I wanted to do. It was, at the end of the day, I'm gonna claim it, take accountability because I was late. But like, I don't like having people wait on me. And for her to even like fix her lips to say something about some yeah, it was my birthday. Like, what do you think? Like, so you don't respect my time. I think people don't tie in like timing and respect enough connected to enough for me. But like even seeing Mia crying was just like, why are you crying? Like you're crying because you know that you were in the wrong and you're trying to like deflect right now. You're trying
Yes,
to get some empathy or sympathy, whatever, whichever one of those two it is. And it's like it's you know that you were wrong.
yes,
That's it. Like you were wrong. You were wrong for it, and it's just not nice. And I just feel like she didn't really consider Stacey and Jazzy to be her real friends, and that's why she wasn't really checking for them.
pretty much, because it gives to your point, like they're not the main group, they're like the extension of the group type of thing. Like, oh well, I'll just see them along the way. But like, where's the group chat where all the girls that's on the trip are all in one chat, even? Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what we've done for our birthday trips. Once it's everybody that's there, like you just all are talking together and coordinating like next steps, blah, blah, blah. I thought it was also convenient when Mia's like, oh, I had a POC. It was funny when Stacy's like, is that a probation officer? Like, what is she talking about?
Mm-hmm.
But this point of contact person, it's like, girl, what you need a point of contact for? Okay. If you're talking about Jacqueline, please, but don't do me with this POC crap. But these are your friends. They flew into town for your birthday party. Just give them the information they need and let them be a part of whatever celebrations you have going on. But it was just moving very weird. And then the crying part, I'm glad she did get called out for the crying because it was such a convenient cry of
Mm-hmm.
like, I just have so much going on, It's just a lot. It's just a lot for me. Okay. Like I think I'm at a place in my life where like having a lot going on doesn't mean you don't get to be accountable for what happened and what you did and how you hurt others. I can understand what you're saying and I can like add context to it or what have you, but like you need to just be accountable for not answering people's text messages. They fly out. Again, they're moms, right? Like Stacey has a whole child she left to come be with you. Like you have to respect that and just communicate with what's going on. So just a very weird like interaction on
Mm-hmm.
his part. And it's like, Mia, you going like you just you're supposed to be building up,
Mm-hmm.
to repair stuff, trying to, get yourself back in the good graces of me, pretty much. I'm the judge here. But like this is not helping your case. And it just helps people like add on to like, see, she be lying. See, this how she do people. Like this is
Mm-hmm.
not nice. This is not helping you out. Um, so yeah, they definitely weren't having the crying or anything like that. And then I really thought, so again, to the girls be a little intelligent on Potomac. Maybe they may not have a lot of things, but they do be a little emotionally intelligent when they kind of break and Stacy and Jazzy are in Stacy's room and
Mm-hmm.
Mia comes in and Mia's like crying again, or whatever. And Stacy's like, I can't accept that right now. Like I hear what you're saying, but not gonna be able to accept that. Don't, I don't think your apology is authentic. I think she said something along the lines of, so
Mm-hmm.
thank you. That is all. That's very emotionally intelligent. Like you don't just have to accept someone's apology because they in your room crying. Like I don't think this is a genuine apology. So thank you. And that's when we see Mia kind of sashay away and say that she's like, I'm done, I'm not coming back. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what this season, I mean, this episode ends and we'll pick it up on Sunday. Um, but yeah, that's that on that. So we'll see if there's more. I did know that Giselle said on Watch What Happens Live, I think, that Mia had like the most to respond to or the most to answer to with the reunion, and they weren't expecting that. Either Giselle said that or Wendy said that. Someone said it, but there's a lot that Mia has to answer to at the reunion that they weren't expecting. So I think this birthday party is one, and we'll see more to come next week. But that's that. That's the
Sure will.
first part one of their reunion. We got two more to go. So I'm gonna be happy when this is over too, because it's like Jesus Christ. Ugh.
Yeah.
And another note, Married to Medicine. I just want to publicly state I don't think King is wrong I don't think King is wrong for coming for Dr. G. And I want to see the melee go down next week. I mean, this Sunday on Married to Medicine, but I'm pretty sure we're not going to. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, King wasn't wrong. Anybody who agrees with him being saying that he's wrong or something, you a liar.
Period.
And yeah, he ain't do nothing but defend his woman like any woman will want their man to do. So,
Yeah. So I did see that clip of Dr. G. Dr. G is the villain in this whole thing. That's all I'm gonna say. And we could end the podcast. But Dr. G is a villain, and y'all not clocking it. For him on this sneak peek clip that I saw on social media, Sweet Tea is basically saying like defending him, like, oh, it wouldn't have went down like that. Like, I wouldn't have let King, put the paws on you. I would have had your back. Like, it ain't going down. And Dr. G is like, what was you gonna do? Like, what could you do? And she responds like, well, I'm combat trained. Like the girl was a veteran in the
Yeah.
military. And she's like, I'm combat trained. And he's like, so what? The nerve of you to say, like, this is your woman who is saying, I wouldn't have let you go down like that. Like I would have had your back. And you like, man, whatever. Like, that's light. That's like you wouldn't have did nothing. That's crazy. That man is a villain. I'm telling y'all. Yeah, everybody defending him, he's a villain.
It almost sounds like, like when, let's say you dating a man with children and he get into it with his children's mother and you defending him on a situation like, yeah, why is she doing that? And then he just turn on you and say, why you in the business? You be like, wait, what?
Well, like,
Like it almost feels like that for real. Cause it's like,
yeah,
dude, like I'm on your side. What are you like? Why would like? What are you saying that to me for? I'm on your side. I don't know. A lot of men don't be healed for real.
don't be healed for real. Don't be healed for real. That's what this is giving. And it's like she's on your side. What are you talking about? Like it was just very weird. So, with that being said, I think we've done it. We have two more episodes of Potomac, so we really, really, really need to think of what we're gonna watch next. I tried to do Love is Blind.
I
Just
didn't even
yeah,
try Love is Blind because I know you guys all said that it wasn't good.
yeah,
So
it's bad. Um, very, very bad. So I don't know what our next show will be, but stay tuned. We got something.
Ooh, I'm so sorry. Excuse me, y'all. I'm over here just yawning in the camera, mad rude.
They gonna write you in the comments next. Okay.
Come for
What
me.
are you yawning about? Now they sleepy.
Pretty much, yeah.
Now they sleepy. But all right. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll be back with another episode. We love you. Bye bye.